When a woman decides to leave a relationship, she rarely announces it out loud. It does not happen overnight, and it does not start with a dramatic, explosive fight. Instead, it begins as a quiet, almost invisible shift in her heart. She will not wake up one morning, look in the mirror, and suddenly choose to be a total stranger to you. Rather, the change creeps in through tiny, microscopic adjustments in her tone, her body language, and her daily phrases. At first, these signs sound completely normal. They sound like the standard complaints of someone who is simply tired from work, overwhelmed by life, or stressed by daily demands. But if you miss the deeper psychological meaning behind these shifts, you might spend months or even years trying to fix a relationship that, in her mind, ended a long time ago. You find yourself desperately holding on to your end of the string, completely unaware that she has already let go of hers. If you are joining us for the first time, welcome to this space. This is a grounded, safe environment dedicated to understanding human connection, relationship psychology, and the hidden dynamics behind why couples grow together or drift apart. We are focused on exploring the deeper workings of human behavior, looking closely at the signs that most people only notice when it is unfortunately too late to fix the damage. If you value honest, direct, and heart-to-heart insights into building better, truer connections with the people you love, please consider subscribing and staying with us for this journey. Let us look beneath the surface of what is really happening when a relationship begins to feel cold. A major misconception about the breakdown of relationships is that it happens all at once, usually triggered by an outside event or an obvious act of infidelity. In reality, the emotional disconnection happens long before any physical separation or third party ever enters the equation. A wall of emotional distance grows slowly right inside your shared home, built brick by brick in total silence. A woman almost always pulls her heart away first. She detaches from the shared future, disconnects from the intimacy, and begins to view herself as an individual rather than part of a team. This internal exit shows up clearly in her daily energy, the way she positions her body when you sit together, and her patterns of speech. The words we repeat always reveal our internal reality, even when we are consciously trying to hide or deny it. Today, we are breaking down the 5 specific phrases women use when they are mentally checking out of a relationship. Before we dive into these phrases, we must establish a critical piece of context. An isolated mood change or a stressful week does not mean your partner is leaving you. Life is genuinely difficult. Work can be exhausting, and everyone goes through seasons of burnout, family stress, or mental fatigue. We are not looking at isolated incidents or temporary bad moods. We are looking for consistent, repetitive patterns that emerge over time. When the 5 phrases we are about to discuss are constantly paired with sudden secrecy, a distinct lack of physical affection, a total absence of eye contact, and a heavy, cold atmosphere at home, it means a deep emotional separation is actively taking place beneath the surface. Stress is an inevitable part of modern life, but there is a massive psychological difference between everyday pressure and stress used as an emotional shield. The definitive red flag appears when she is only exhausted, irritable, and distant around you, but suddenly becomes vibrant, laughing, and full of life the moment she interacts with friends, coworkers, or strangers. In a healthy relationship, a stressed woman views her partner as a sanctuary. She seeks comfort in his arms, wants to vent about her day, and craves that safe space to let her guard down. When she emotionally detaches, she reverses this dynamic. She uses the excuse of stress to justify shorter conversations, avoiding eye contact, and pulling away from your touch. You will notice she stops wanting to hold hands on a walk, or she sits on the opposite end of the couch. When you ask what is wrong, she hands you the standard, adult-sounding answer that she is just stressed. Because it sounds reasonable, you start to blame yourself for even asking, feeling like you are being insensitive. In reality, she has no emotional energy left for you because she is spending it all elsewhere, or she is actively investing it into building a life separate from yours. Personal growth, career ambition, and self-improvement are excellent traits, and healthy partners should always support each other's evolution. However, when this phrase is suddenly weaponized to build a wall, it is often a sophisticated, socially acceptable way of saying that she is preparing to leave the relationship. A partner who loves you and envisions a future with you will naturally want you by her side as she grows. She will want to share her new goals, invite you into her routines, and heal alongside you. When she begins to disconnect, the psychology shifts from collaborative growth to total isolation. Suddenly, she requires complete space away from you to accomplish anything. Phrases like, "I need to find who I am," or "I need room to breathe," enter the vocabulary. What is actually happening is a mental rehearsal. She is imagining a life where you do not exist, testing the waters of independence, and separating her emotional identity from yours. She builds her solo life in her head long before she ever packs a bag or makes a concrete move, leaving you living with a ghost who is physically present but emotionally entirely gone. This phrase is a powerful psychological defense mechanism designed to project guilt onto you and make you doubt your own perception of reality. When a woman is pulling away, it is completely natural for a partner to notice the change in temperature. You might ask a simple, non-confrontational question about why she seems distant, why she is suddenly guarding her phone with her life, or why her schedule has completely changed. In a secure, loving relationship, a partner cares about your peace of mind. If she sees you are feeling anxious, she will step in to reassure you, answer your questions, and make you feel safe. An emotionally checked out partner does the exact opposite. She flips the script entirely. Instead of addressing the behavior, she attacks your character. She tells you that you are insecure, toxic, or controlling. This turns a valid conversation about her distance into an argument about your perceived flaws. Once you feel guilty and start apologizing, you stop asking questions, which gives her the perfect cover to continue detaching without interruption. While this phrase sounds incredibly kind, gentle, and considerate on the surface, it is actually one of the clearest signs of an impending breakup. It acts as an emotional disclaimer. When a woman says she does not want to hurt you, she is subtly acknowledging that she is currently engaging in behavior or harboring intentions that will inevitably cause you pain. She is trying to manage her own guilt in advance. By delivering this line in a soft, sad tone, she frames herself as the caring protector of your feelings. But true partners do not give you polite, ambiguous warnings about future heartbreak. They actively work to protect the relationship in the present. They discuss problems together and find solutions. If she is telling you that she does not want to hurt you, it means she has already looked at a future where you get hurt, accepted it as an acceptable outcome, and is now just trying to soften the blow so she does not have to feel like the bad person when the final fracture occurs. On any ordinary day, this is a completely harmless phrase. Human beings reflect on their lives all the time, but when this statement is delivered with a heavy sigh, a cold tone, and a distant stare into the distance, it means her mind has already moved into a new reality. She is processing the logistics of a breakup. She is calculating how she will manage on her own, how her social circle will change, or perhaps how she will transition toward another person entirely. The terrifying part of this phrase is that it leaves you completely in the dark. She is sitting right next to you, but her spirit is miles away, running through scenarios of a life without you. When a man feels this deep disconnect, his instinct is often to push harder, try to please her more, or fix whatever invisible problem exists. But you cannot fix a problem when the other person is using their mental energy exclusively to map out an exit strategy. She has already lived out the breakup in her head dozens of times before she ever utters the words out loud to you. The real danger of staying in an emotionally detached relationship is not just the pain of the eventual breakup. The true damage is what happens to your own mind, your confidence, and your peace while you are trying to hold on to someone who is already checked out. When you spend months feeling a cold distance, seeing the obvious changes with your own eyes, but constantly hearing that nothing is wrong or that you are just imagining things, you begin to experience a deep sense of internal confusion. You stop trusting your own gut, you dismiss your instincts as paranoia, and you slowly erode your own self-esteem, trying to fix a bond that the other person is actively dissolving. A healthy, functional relationship should fundamentally feel open, safe, and relatively calm. It should provide a sense of stability, not leave you feeling like you are constantly walking on eggshells or drowning in unvoiced tension. If your gut has been telling you that something is deeply, fundamentally wrong over a prolonged period of time, you need to listen to that internal warning system. Your mind and body are highly attuned to shifts in safety and connection. Real love requires both people to be fully present, eyes completely open, and hearts entirely honest with each other. If the transparency, the affection, and the mutual effort are gone, the relationship is already broken, regardless of what comforting or confusing words are spoken to keep you at a distance. You deserve to invest your emotional energy into a space where it is fully appreciated, safely protected, and completely returned. Did these specific behavior patterns and phrases resonate with something you have witnessed or experienced in your own life? Let us know your thoughts and stories in the comment section below.